Welcome everyone to this live stream of Lyran Languages. Actually, we've got two in one today. So this is going to be a light language transmission of two different languages. There will be Lyran Feline and Lyran Avian. And this is something that I want to say from the get-go because many people are aware of the Lyran Feline race, of the cats, and they are the famous Lyrans, but there are other Lyrans. There's a whole planet of Lyran avian beings, and I feel like all our legends of angels and winged beings actually come from Lyran avians because they look just like humans, apart from having beautiful, majestic wings. So let me know, for those of you who have just joined, where you're joining from today. And that's one thing. And another thing, if you can let me know what your energy level is today. We've just coming out of the weekend. In the US, probably you still have the weekend because you're celebrating 4th of July. So wishing you happy celebrations. If you're catching it on a replay, let us know. #replay and how it was for you. But for those of us who are live, let me know where you're joining from and what your energy level is before we get started. So whilst you are typing that in, just a reminder, 3 days left until the Light Language course, which is my flagship program that activates your light language. So here in these transmissions, I am transmitting light language, but in the light language course, I activate your light language and I teach you how to do what I do. Because I have got a very, very clear idea that in the future and very near future, there will be a massive need for various quantum practitioners. The old three-dimensional ways are starting to fail us. We have got accelerated curve where more and more people are waking up. And when they wake up, they need to be taken care of. There is many densities to shed. There is many things to dissolve, which are part of the old programming. And there is much, much, much to heal as well, emotionally, physically, mentally, and in many different ways. My job is to equip every soul that is devoted to this transformation in tools that they can use in order to assist those who are waking up, because we are here for them. But not just that, it's here in the fifth dimensional consciousness. It's not that just you have to suck it up and serve, because as you serve, you are getting it back tenfold, because as you're mastering working with energy, and light language is just one but very, very complex and beautiful form of working with energy, you are getting those upgrades yourself. So not only you ascending into higher consciousness because you're operating in those different frequencies, but you are also at the same time transforming your own life, getting rid of the heavy baggage that is holding you back and shifting into more elegance, more liberation, more ease. And this is the goal of every program I do, is not just teaching you skills, because this is important, because we will have more than enough work to do. There's no competition. I want to activate light language practitioners. I want to activate coaches and healers who will use light language as one of many modalities for their work, because I don't want to hold it back. I'm here to provide this to everybody who is willing to take that step. So we're starting this in 3 days. On Thursday, Light Language course starts. If you want to know more information, let me know, reach out. It's literally last minute to enroll. I'm not going to repeat that course until next year, because my soul mission is pulling me in a different direction. So if you're postponing it till the next year, it's probably not going to happen. But if you have a heart of like wanting to expand, then why not expand right now? Why wait? So that's my message to you. But we can talk about it privately if you want to reach out. For now, I'm just having a look through your comments. For those of you who just joined, the question is, what's your energy level or where you're joining from? Anderson, Norway here. Energy is at 9. Amazing. Crystal, Canada, about 7. Space Jays, New Jersey, 9 out of 10. Margaret from Iceland, feeling pretty good. Energy returning to me, amazing. Heather 7-8 from SC. What is SC, Heather? Because I'm not really not sure what that means. Anyway, Sally from the UK, energy level 9, been out sitting with geese, duck, and swans this morning. How amazing. Well, you know, light language is one way of raising your vibration. Being around animals is definitely another. Yesterday, as I was with my little doggy, I was thinking, you know, dogs are here to teach us. They already operate in the 5th dimensional consciousness of unconditional love. They just love unconditionally. There's no strings attached. There is no judgment. There is no result space. I love you if you do this. No, they just love. So yeah, beautiful, Sally. Saloni, hello, beautiful. Okay, that's just Red sharing the light language course. That's more details there. Linda, hello, good morning. Energy at 6. Let's raise it up a bit. Energy level 9. Wow, we've got a really high vibrational group here. I can see on TikTok we've got New Zealand. Hello, 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 hello. Awesome. SC is South Carolina. Well, see, if I grew up in America, I would probably know. It's same with when people say WA. For me, it's Western Australia. For Americans, is Washington. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, welcome, 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 everybody. No matter where you're joining from, we've got all the continents represented. Awesome. Let's get started. So, as I said at the beginning, today we have a Lyran Light Language. And actually, we've got 2 in 1 because there is more than one Lyran language. Hola, Rosa, de España. Hola, hola. Lyran language. So, Lyran Light Language transmission will be 2 in 1 because there's 2 light languages of Lyran. There's Lyran Avian and there's Lyran Felines. And we will be today operating with both of these frequencies, which are very, very similar. They live in 2 different kind of planets. If you think about cats and birds in one planet, that would be a bit messy. And they are completely different, but the languages are very similar, and you will hear those languages being very similar. Very similar melody, very, very, very similar rhythm. They are similar. They're from the same constellation of Lyra, just different planets. And we'll have Lyran Avian and Lyran Feline. So Lyran Avian language, I love these frequencies. It's just intoxicating. It's the frequency of freedom, the frequency of abundance. It's just, today I'm not even going to code these transmissions with anything specific, because that's how we can work. We can work with light language for specific reasons. And that's great when we're working with individual clients or whether there's a group around a specific theme. We can do that, and this is something I'm teaching within the light language course, how to download consciousness technology. Today, I want to give you a taste of the essence of Lyran Avians because it's so beautiful. This is something we are missing here on Earth. This ease, this flow, this abundance, kind of like, you see it because, you know, I can talk about it, but I can just actually give you a dose of this energy. And then Lyran Feline, that's also this beautiful frequency of grace, of elegance, of enjoyment of material world. Lyran Felines have very, very much appreciation for beauty, for aesthetics, for what is external as well, because a lot of races like Arcturians are very much minded internally to consciousness. Lyran Felines can teach us how to enjoy every day. So what's going to happen in this Lyran light language transmission? We are going to use both languages of Lyran Avians and languages of Lyran Felines to shift you into a state of joy and happiness and abundance and flow and ease. And this is going to be first with the Lyran Felines, then with the Lyran Avians. It's going to be beautiful frequency bath. Frequency bath to relax, to receive. There's nothing back. Hope action. Let me know if you can hear me and see me now, because yeah, this seems like my screen's gone blank. And what's going on now? Let me know before we get started whether I'm back on track, or whether you can see me and hear me and everything is good. I'm just waiting for everybody. Breaking up, says Birdie. Okay. I can now hear and see, although image is grainy. Okay. Something happened with my connection. It was like a big glitch. So anyway, image is grainy because our kind of connection in Costa Rica is good enough, but it's not amazing for high frequency stuff, for videos. But yes, I'm back. Okay, few deep breaths. And what we are going to do today is, again, Lyran Light Language. So for those of you who maybe kind of bounce back in, just take a few deep breaths to get your field prepared for this transmission. And in case you've missed it, there's Lyran Light Language transmission. We'll have Lyran Avian and Lyran Feline languages to shift you to a state of joy, state of receiving, state of enjoying, of elegance, of just literally freedom and abundance. It's going to be the very, very essence of both of these races that I'll be transmitting today. In the language, there will be no codes, no particular coding. I just want you to taste the essence and absorb as much of it in and anchor it into your reality, to have more of an enjoyment, more of an appreciation, more of a feeling of freedom, of ease, of just this kind of beautiful, beautiful receivership. So I want you to take a few deep breaths in. And as you're breathing in, feel your energetic field expanding. And as you're drawing the breath into your lungs, feel if there is any tightness anywhere, any tension. And those places that are maybe flagging up as a little bit tense, we are going to focus our attention on these places in your physical body that reflect your energetic body. So maybe you've got some tightness around your neck or throat. Maybe it's around your chest. Maybe in any of the lower chakras or your feet, your legs. We'll be using frequency to melt through these blocks. The blocks to the state of prosperity, the blocks to the state of abundance, enjoyment, and appreciation. Let's take a few more breaths as you're identifying where we're going to be directing this frequency. But if everything is fine and you don't feel any tightness, any tension, then you will receive this frequency through every cell of your being and through your expanded energetic field. So again, right now, imagine as you're breathing in that the breath is going right to your heart center, lightening it up, firing it up. And as your heart is getting activated just with a breath, allow this heart space to open and get ready to receive some more. Because this is where this frequency will be entering your body. It's going to be transmitted straight to your heart. So first comes the Lyran Feline language. Feel its essence. Allow it in. Allow your energetic field to be upgraded with it. If you have any visuals, any sensations, just open yourself up to it. But most of all, open yourself up to receiving this frequency. Ki mai tui tai sai kai mai ta shuyu tui sai kai mai tai kui ara kai mai tu kui sui kai mai kai tai soku yu kui sai kai mai tai sai eia kai mata kui sui mai ai ra kai kui sai kai 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 ara kia mai kui sui tui tai kai mai nai kai kui sui kai 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 sei ne tiu sukuti kia mai kai kui sui kui ai kai mai kai te ya kui sui kai kai mai kai tai tai se kui mai tai tai se ti tu tui kai 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 ai akamana na kusu kutayai ai kai ai kai ai kai ai kai ai kai ai kai tui sui e yakui o yakui o yakui. The message in the language is to surrender, surrender, surrender. Allow the flow of universe, allow the synchronicities in. Surrender and trust. Kei mai tui sui kai mai nai sai kei kutui kai sai tai kei. Ara kai mai kei no sui kai kai nai kui sui. E kumai ata kai sai kai kui sui kui kai kai sai tei. Na marata ia sui kui kai sai kai mai tai sei. E ata ia kai samai kui tui sai tai kui sui kai tei. Ne ia kui kui mai kai sai kai mai kui sui kui sui kui. Nera bai kai sui kui mai nai tai kai su kui kai mai. Nera kui kai. E ra kuia sai ka mai nai kui sui kai sai kui sui. Ne mara kai kui sui. Tera mai kai sui. Tera mai kai sui. Tera mai kai sui. Tera mai kai sui tai sui tai sui tai sui. Release anything heavy out of your field. It does not have to be struggle. It does not have to be hard. Allow yourself to enjoy everything that's available to you right now. Kei nai kai sai kui tai sai kai mai kai sui tu ui ai sai tai te sui tui tai kai sai mai. Ara kai mai sai tai kui sui kui kai sai tai mai tai tui sai tai. Na mai kui tu ia sai ka mai e tai kui su kai a kai. Era kui a mai e tai ka sai kui tu su kia mai a kai e te sui. E ia kai a mai e tai sio tu te a si kai a mai kui sai kai mi. Ne mai utu sa tai a tai auto sei. E a mai atu ia sai. E a mai atu ia sai. E a mai atu ia sai. Ui tai a sai a tai. There's a big wave of this golden energy going right into your heart right now. Kia maya sui kui mai tai sei kai mai tai sui. Te maya sui kui tai sei kai mai tai sui. Ne maya kai sui tui tai sei tai tai. Te maya sai, te maya sai. Te maya sai tui sai tai kai mai kai ki tu su tia tai tai. Ne mai utai tai te tui sui tui. Ta ka se ka maya kai tui te tai. Ama kai maya tui e te tui sai kai. Ara kai mai kai kuiu sui e kai mai. Na mai tu yu so tu yu tui ai tui ai tui ai tui ai tui ai tui ai tui. This energy is a warm, soft energy. It's melting in through anything that became crystallized in your field, any coldness, any tension. Kei mai sui kai tu sai kai nui sai tai tu sui tu tai ki ka mai. Te kumai ai kai sai ti tai tu tai kai mai tai sai kai. Ne mai usu kui te ya sui tu sui. E a kui a mai a tai sui tu sui. Ne mai uta ya sai tui tai ti sai tai sui tu sui. Te ya sui tui, te ya sui tui, te ya sui tui, te ya sui tui. So this Lyran feline language transmission is coming to an end. The energy is like the valve is being turned down on it. This is as much as you are welcome to receive today. But this is not over because we've got a Lyran Avian language coming up. So if you can just seal this first transmission with gratitude from your heart, with appreciation, with this expanded feeling of relief and release, and send it to the feline race for this was their frequency. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now we're going to move in and invite the Avian frequency. This is one of my favorite beautiful frequencies of freedom, of having wings, of not being bound by anything, of just harmony, flow, and elegance. Kurana situru sara kara sita la mala kara turu suru kura palateta ro mala kasera turu. Era kalamania tutu kudeta kara pakare nana surulu dia dara daria duru dura dia dara baratika to tikata tu dia tati tutu mala ala kara to kululu ya la ya tre surulu ya ala maria tutu suya kaya dia to sutu tuta sita da dia sa ala mana tutu sika tara mare tia suru ela keria mala sulu do kuya sala kalamena na siu ela kale le du de la kalania tulu sureti sulu tu sira tulu suriata sitru. So this frequency is literally painting your field gold. It's this beautiful golden sprinkle. So you can see the beauty of what is of actual reality and see the good stuff in it. So you can see everything from a positive perspective. Nera karatio tu sukaria dalla sira da sitoro kula sikala al dia do sutra meniata situ tu sitara siala era karia manakario tu kusika taramana ya suturu sitara sitara kul surati asala era tia tu sutura mia tra satara ya surutri che la tersu era sitoro suturu si mare da siu da siedoro su nella dea doruduia della dea la maratia kurusurutia sarakiela aratia maratia turu era turu tira turu tiro turu turu tiri kala 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 maria turu tu sitara te situru tu sitara ta sitara ta suturu te sitara ta sitara ta sitara ta arakaria malaturia tala situru siru alla taria kalamaturia tra situru siru alla cararia doro sure merda tadro su karamalatia turu su era tra situru si era calamituru situru si alla calachiera la dia turu su era maria turu suria tra sela la calatur curia marchia curumeria era turu sitra malatia turu suru tu di su era tire massare di turu suru tu su era sara massiru do kusara tia calakaria non la saratia turu turia tra sila di karamara sita karasita rasuru ni amarallate ya tarsi aratura sira la tikara maradi ne maruturisi ne maratursi tramarasitru kula karia naratia neraturia saralia tarasitru tia sara karia narati kurula di ratia sakaremi maratia sulu turasiro turasi era karalabia do suru di rasira da rasiru kurulati teratura siru turasira la tira solo kula kiamara. So this transmission now, it's also coming to an end. The energy is still trickling down, but in less of a volume. So if you can also send gratitude to seal this transmission in your heart with this elevated emotion of love, appreciation, gratitude, and direct it towards the Lyran Avian Collective for being here with us and for providing this essence of the race, of the freedom, of the elegance today with us. Thank you. And as these energies are still settling in your field, maybe tingling around, take some more natural breaths. Maybe move your body. Maybe give yourself a slow stretch. And whenever you're ready, you can come back to the 5 physical senses, have a look around, and if you want to, you can share with us in the chat your experience in this transmission. But right now, this energetic transfer is complete. Thank you so much. When I'm transmitting those frequencies, I never want to come out. It's always so pleasant. And Lyran frequencies are very, I would say, refined and very elegant and very beautiful. I love working with Lyran frequencies. I work a lot with Lyran Avians. Occasionally, I work with Lyran Felines. They've got beautiful codes for abundance, the felines that are really, really powerful. So thank you so much for participating it. And hi, asking, can you tell me why your light language makes me feel comfortable? it works in your energy field. Maybe you also actually dislike, if it's just this Lyran language, maybe you've got a connection there. Maybe you've got a soul memory from when you were a Lyran once in your soul's history. But very often people say, why does it make me feel relaxed? Why does it make me feel comfortable? It works on your energy field. And by the way, sometimes it makes you feel more agitated too. That's possible because sometimes you feel this releasing stuff. But it works beyond the mind. It works beyond the conscious mind. Something is happening in your field and you might not even always realize what it is exactly that is happening. But this language is attuning you to higher frequency, to a different consciousness. Linda says, I feel very peaceful and calm now. Thank you so much, Riya. And of course, thanks to the Felines and Avians. You're welcome, Linda. And thank you so much. I saw the fines, was it the Felines here? I'm not sure, maybe autocorrect. In the circle around us, and next I saw Lyran Avian, amazing. The wings, they were golden in color. Oh, how beautiful. I need to ask what golden wings mean. Oh, because with Avians, different colored wings usually make this specialism. But yeah, there was definitely golden color coming through today. So I need to investigate that further. White are medics, red are military, and blue are nobility. But I never met one with golden wings. I wonder who that was. Pushka says, I'm a Lyran Starseed. Monica says, that was very calming. Very weird what happened though. I felt like I was the epidermis. I could see all the lines and they all become rainbow color. Kind of strange to explain what happened. Sometimes things happen, we don't always consciously know what it is, or we can't even describe it into human words because that's working on a frequency level. Margaret felt a lot of pressure in my temples and forehead with the Avian transmission. It's probably where something is shifting and releasing. Our physical bodies are a reflection of our energetic light bodies. And sometimes what we do here when we're receiving those transmissions, those frequencies are working on really deep levels. Space Jace, I felt a lot of tingles during the feline transmission. Sally, there was great harmony in the Lyran Avian. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Light Economy. My languages don't sound the same as others, but the frequency is the same. What causes this? Okay, so with light languages, they always don't sound the same. Maybe you're transmitting a different frequency. Is it a Lyran frequency you're transmitting, or is it a different light language altogether? Because if you go back through different transmissions that I've done, for example, the Lyran language sounds nothing like this. So the sound is determined by the frequency you transmit, but also no two languages will sound exactly the same. When I speak Arcturian, it's slightly different than when my husband speaks Arcturian, because it's literally us expressing energy in the form of sound. The energy is the same, but how we express it may be slightly different. However, when I listen to Arcturian samples from my students that I've activated, there is a common theme. It's never going to sound like Orion. Arcturian will always have a distinct sound, but there may be differences in the tempo, and maybe differences in the speed, but they are quite similar. So I'm not sure what languages you channel, what you speak. If you want to dig a bit deeper into, different languages and how to use it with more precision and know exactly what you're channeling, how you're channeling, what it means, then I invite you inside the light language course, which will be really doing this kind of work, more of a technical thing. Here, I'm transmitting, I'm serving in that way. If you want all the technicalities and actual, knowledge of and practice on how you work with it, then I invite you inside this group. Anders, gold color to me is very high frequency. Yes, definitely, because the 12D Akashic realm, etc., is always gold. Absolutely. Heather says, so soothing with security, love, and support. Share, so beautiful and majestic. Healing, love, light on Saturday. I've listened 3 languages. Feeling very good on Sunday, but I've wrist yesterday my right hand. I'm not sure what wrist. Have you done something to your wrist? I think some letters missing here. I would say do not overdo them. Do not overdo them. What is important in those transmissions is the integration period, and sometimes people miss that. I think if the more they blast themselves with those frequencies, the better they are. But it's also making sure that our energetic field actually can cope with that, and that we actually absorb as many of these frequencies. Yeah. Okay. Light Academy. I feel like I can hear when people speak Lemurian Atlantean. A lot of people who speak Palladium light doesn't sound like yours or feel as high frequency to me. This is Katie. Okay. Katie, Love Light Katie? You've got a different name now. Okay, so basically, well, people don't always actually speak what they say they speak. I've got this kind of, distinction between these various languages because I met them in a very conscious way. So basically, I don't know. Sometimes I feel and hear people who say they speak one language, but it's definitely not that language. And I know it because I've met every single race. So I try not to listen to too much, which is online. I try to go directly to the source. So if you're in doubt, Katie, what you can do is go to basically go to source. Go to the Pleiadians. Let me go to Pleiadians and let me feel what the frequency feels like. Does it feel like someone speaking the frequency online? Or does it sound completely different? And then you will know, because once you meet those races, once you feel actual resonance of it, then you trust yourself and how you actually experience those races. Because, sometimes people make mistakes. Doesn't come from a bad place. Sometimes they think they're connecting to one race, but they're not completely connecting to this race. So these kind of things happen. And there is no judgment. We're all trying, we're all developing. It's all quite mystical. It's all still early days. I feel like we are going to develop way, way beyond that. But I feel like if you're in doubt, go to the race and feel what the frequency feels like. Yeah. Thank you. Confirms for me. I'm working on my own energetic sensitivity to sense into this. Absolutely. Trust yourself. We very often just trust what someone actually says to us or whatever. And this is good because there are people here to help us along this ascension journey. But the biggest thing you can learn is to trust yourself, connect to your higher self, and connect directly. And this is my kind of message all along. I would rather give you a rod than give you a fish. And this is why I want to teach and activate people to speak their own light languages. So we can be energetically sovereign. We can help each other out, share those frequencies, but we don't have to rely on anybody because we can connect directly. We don't need to rely on something relayed to us. So for now, because not many people have either courage or know how to, or sometimes they doubt themselves on connection, I am providing those transmissions. But I feel like one day they won't be needed because we will all have direct communication, maybe even physical communication, once humanity is ready to meet our neighbors in the galaxy. So that's that for now. Hang on, there's one more question. Which light language can you use for people who they are without energy, tired, and sleep all day? I would say Pleiadian is very good for that. But I would also see, hey, is there something more in the field? Because maybe there's some attachment, maybe there's some negative entity, maybe something is sucking them dry in this from the astral plane. So light language is one aspect of the work because you can pump some energy into people through light language. But another thing that you can do working energetically is go to the root cause. Why are they feeling without energy? Because light language can give them a bit of a boost, like feeding person through a drip. But where is that energy leaking? That's something I would really, really, really investigate why they like that. But high frequency light languages to boost people up, Pleiadian is one of my favorites for that kind of stuff, to raise vibration, raise frequency. Lyran Avian is good as well, which I've used today. Orion, any of the fast ones usually are good for energetic. Andromedan lately I've discovered I usually used Andromedan for animals and plants, but it's also good for revitalizing your physical body. So there's many options available. But first of all, why do they feel like that? What is actually draining them away? Is it lack of alignment? Are they working a job that they hate? Are they kind of being attacked in the astral plane? You'd have to, you see, when I work with light languages, when I work individually with clients, most of the session is not just me transmitting light languages, it's me understanding what the problem is and actually speaking in English, or I've had a session in Polish lately, or any other human language. Hey, what's going on? Getting to the root cause, like right to the source. And then that's my diagnosis part. And then, we apply the medicine, and the medicine can be light language, can be other way of working with energy. It's not always light language, although it is my basic toolbox, but it can be releasing ancestral pattern or stopping the leakage. So that's like a completely different subject and quite complex one, but I feel like it's important to say that. I get light calls on automatic writing light language. How do I understand them? Saloni, first of all, ask, and it shall be given to you. And ask and trust. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you're receiving them? Ask, where are they coming from? Who's there? And if you know me for a while, I probably said that many, many times. Whenever something is coming through, which when you're connecting consciously, you making the initiative, that's kind of on your own terms. But when something is coming like a wave, where I feel it's super important to know what you're connecting to. It's like an incoming call. If my phone started ringing right now, it was literally like, what would you do? You would ask, maybe you would not even answer. Maybe you would, maybe you wouldn't. But if you did answer, you would ask, who's that? Or if someone knocks on your door, first thing, who's there? Who is it? So ask, who is it? And then maybe allow them in, maybe not, depending what your intuition is guiding you. So, and then actually understand, okay, what do you want from me? What do you want? And then remember, in any connections, your sovereignty is the most important thing. And you decide who you connect to, what you allow in, what frequencies you allow in. And you need to be comfortable knowing who they are and what they're trying to communicate. And I'm not saying the light code automatic writing are dangerous, but there are energies that are not of the light. I know races that have negative polarity. That's why it's super important to actually know what you are connecting to. Okay, some more questions. Okay, so healing a lot, because they're sitting most of the time in front of the laptop devices, working only in sitting. For that, probably a bit of movement would be good. But for light language, probably Pleiadian, any of the high vibrational ones. So that's that. If that's the only reason why people are feeling down on energy. There's some more questions here about how I can activate my Kundalini, but I don't think this is a question where it's related to light language. There's many ways of activating Kundalini. But this is not my area of specialism. My Kundalini is still activating. But ask yourself, why do you want it? Because it's quite a painful process, I must say. If anybody's been through it, then it's not kind of that easy. Can you tell me who the blue lady is? I have no idea what you're referring to and who's blue lady. So I think that's that. Tomorrow we're going to have a Q&A session. Not at the same time. It's going to be probably in the afternoon. I'm going to announce the time. But I can see there's a lot of questions about light language, how to use light language, about Starseed, about connections or whatever. We're going to have a Q&A session. Okay, Hai says, I saw her in meditation. Again, guys, big message to all of it. If you see something in meditation, don't ask me what you saw in the meditation, because I have no idea. I'm not there with your third eye. What you experience, sovereignty is the message. And I can't be more passionate about sovereignty. You see something, then freaking ask. It's like and I get that all the time. People asking me to explain their personal spiritual experiences. Oh, I felt that. What does that mean? I saw that. What does that mean? I am not here. That's beyond my capabilities. It's like me asking you, what do you think about my neighbors? But you don't know my neighbors. You are sovereign being. you do your research, you ask. This is the point of our spiritual development. I know we are taught something different. This is why I need to spell it out so strongly, because we are taught something completely different. We're taught to rely on external authority to tell us, to explain reality to us, because this is how we learn in school. In school, we learn that the teacher will tell us the right answer. Here, it's playground for consciousness. You see a blue lady, you ask who's blue lady. You see a golden being, you ask who's golden being. Ask. Use the same senses that you're using in the physical world as you're using in the spiritual realm and the metaphysical world. Trust yourself. And until you need to stop asking externally and start asking internally and develop that trust to yourself, because this is absolutely key. You know, if you, whatever you're doing, whatever you're working in the world of energetics, believing in what you're getting and not needing that external validation was one of the first and very important steps. And I know it goes against how we're being trained and how we're being conditioned in society, but it's super important. So I wanted to say it. Awesome. So tomorrow, Q&A session. You can ask all these questions. It's going to be probably in the afternoon, Costa Rica or America time, probably morning in Australia. I'm going to announce the time, so you keep an eye on my page. And we're going to be really talking about all these pent-up questions that I can see that are accumulating here. So we can have more of a chat rather than a transmission. But today I am off. Enjoy the rest of your day. Sending you lots of love and light, and I'll see you tomorrow.